I'm Mitch Gallagher. Welcome to Sweetwater's Guitars and Gear. We have special guests with us here today. We have Chris Siska from Caparison Guitars, and this is Courtney Cox from the Iron Maidens and Femme Fatale. And we're here to talk about a new brand for Sweetwater, which is Caparison Guitars. So welcome. Glad to have you guys here.
Very exciting.
Yeah.
We're very excited to be here.
So you guys got in yesterday, and I heard you were checking out the facility a little bit. And Courtney, you were shooting some videos.
Yeah, and I was actually at the gym about 20 minutes ago.
Oh, nice.
I think I still look okay.
I got
Absolutely.
got to visit the gym. It was very nice.
Well, great. Well, maybe today you'll get to go in and tour the rest of the facility and go down the slide and all that.
I've yet to do that.
Yeah,
fun stuff.
With the guitars, though.
Yeah, right, right. So we're really excited to have Caparison here. I was very interested to look at the story of the company and where you guys came from. It actually dates back to about 1995, correct?
Yeah, it's correct. So it was founded by the former Japanese division for Jackson Charvel.
Okay.
So once they moved production more to the U.S., they kind of just made their own company. So.
Right, right. Another thing I appreciated about it as I was kind of looking at the company was the fact that you're really trying to focus the craftsmanship on what performers need and what players need from the guitars.
Yes.
It's not a scientist or a technician making a guitar. They're really looking at what the performers do. Talk a little bit about that and how that affects how the guitars are made.
Well, as a touring musician, I think you would know a lot about, like, what do you like about touring with your guitar?
The playability of it. It can stand all the touring. It doesn't really need to be set up that much. It's just, for me, flawless.
Mm-hmm.
And that's what, especially for guitar players, it's what you need in a company, something that's reliable. And I've been with the company about 3 years now, and I fell in love after one chord. Even just an open E string, I was sold.
That was it, right? That's all it takes.
And little design details like the way the input jack goes in on an angle, so you can loop it around your strap so it won't get undone. Just the overall craftsmanship, it's designed for a touring musician.
Right.
Rock solid stability, whether it has a trem or a hardtail.
Right.
And there's no detail that's unnoticed.
I was checking some of that out. Interesting things to me that jumped out was they're very specific about a 15-degree headstock angle. To set that up properly, you don't need a string tree even with a locking nut. And that continues through to the different types of body woods that are used, composite bodies in certain models with the tops underneath, mahogany and maple composites and things. And also talk a little bit about the playability aspect. I think is really enhanced by the way the fretboard is radius and the way the neck shape is set up. Tell us a little bit about that.
So all of our models are hand carved. The necks are all hand carved, so all they're going to be slightly different. But they're it's hard to explain. A lot of people think these are going to be like real shredder necks, real thin, but they're not. They have a lot of meat to them, and they change throughout the models depending on if it's a signature model or whatnot. But for the most part, it's a soft C, I would like to say.
And some more like a D.
Yeah, some of them, and then previous models they'd really have like a D flat neck, and it would go into a rounded C. So. Yeah.
Right. Yeah, designed to remain comfortable depending on which part of the neck you're playing in. So when you're
Yes.
lower, that little bit of flatter radius on the back of the neck is more comfortable for putting your finger behind, or your thumb behind rather, and fingering chords. As you're playing leads, you can wrap your hand a little bit more and get your thumb into action with that C shape. But also the fingerboard is a composite radius as well, right? It goes from a flatter here to a rounder as you progress up the fingerboard.
Yes.
Right, which helps with bending. When you're higher on the fingerboard, it's going to be easier to play fast up there.
Yeah.
And one of the cool features is a lot of these guitars go up to 27 frets, right?
Yes, it's.
Right.
I remember the first time I had one on stage, I completely forgot about that. I went for my first solo, and it was kind of like, okay, there it is.
There it is. We're all of a sudden we're ultrasonic,
it's all about
right?
that slide to the right.
Yeah, you're used to seeing it stop at 24,
Yeah.
and then it keeps going.
Right.
So yeah, it takes a minute to adjust to, but
Right.
you'll be happy you have that extra range.
Right, right. Now, Caparison has a wide range of artist models as well as the custom Horus, and you've got your signature model here. That's
This is my signature Horus. It's the Greenie. So it's the Horus M3cc Greenie.
right. So the Horus is the top of the line, the custom instrument, and then you've modified it with pickups and other aspects as well?
Yeah, actually the pickups I have in are the newer Caparison pickups, and it has a more accurate sound. It's a lot brighter compared to the other ones. They're a lot darker and heavier. The heel cut in the back of mine is actually deeper, so I can access the 20, go up to 27 if I want frets.
Right.
I actually have the titanium blocks, screws, and then Norris's springs in the back from FU Tone, which I swear by because I have really toxic sweat. I'm not kidding.
Right.
Yeah, it's just and then my green, you know, it's a sponge finish, but you know, green's my thing. So fortunately, they did this for me. And then another special thing is that I have the matching headstock.
Right. Right. Is there special switching on this guitar? Do you have the coil splitting and things?
Oh no, not on mine. It's just, you know, I'm simple. I just need something that sounds good, and I don't have to worry about doing too much. But you know, it's the standard neck, middle, and bridge.
Right.
Yeah.
So you can just grab what you need quickly and
that's
get
all
right
I
to
need.
it. Right.
So I have fun with that. It's my baby.
Right. That's great. Right. So we talked about Courtney's signature guitar here, but we have 4 other instruments on display, and they're all different. Tell us what each model we have here and how they're different.
All right, we'll give you the names real quick first. So this is the Dellinger JSM, the Joel Stretzel kill switch engage signature model. This is the Horus M3 in Amethyst. This is the Dellinger 2 FXAM in the dark black matte, and this is the Tat Special FM. In the Blackberry matte. So the Dellinger JSM is Joel Stretzel's second signature model. The first one was like a hodgepodge of an Angelus and a Tat and a Horus, all little specs combined into one, but this one's more straightforward. So it has our WM construction, so it has a top half of walnut and a back half of mahogany. It features a Caparison bridge, which is, again, designed by Ataru, manufactured only by us, by Goto. So it's an aluminum base plate with brass saddles with saddle screws in the side.
So very stable.
They don't move. And they feature the kill switch engage Fishman Fluence pickups, which are voiced. I mean, the guitar sounds just like kill switch engage. It's great. 3-way switch, 2 voices for the pickups, along with a coil split. So this is extremely versatile. On top of that, black clocks, which is a first ever for Caparison. Now it's on the new Kasky Orbit 7 model, but this was the first one. Black binding, 5-piece neck, hip shot locking tuners. It's a beast.
Nice.
Next up, the Horus M3 in Amethyst. This is our M3 construction, so it has mahogany back with a maple core, 5-piece maple walnut neck. These are available with an ebony and maple fretboard. Shower, tremolo, Caparison pickups again. And that's pretty much that. It's it's similar to Courtney's, but just a little bit different. This is the Tat Special FM. So it has a almost 20 millimeter flame top. Of course, it's carved.
Wow.
The Tat Specials have 27 frets, just like the Horus, but a 25.5-inch scale length. Normal Horuses are 24 3/4. Shower tremolo, again, the rotary switching that I talked about before. 5-piece maple walnut neck. These are standard on all of our models now.
Yeah, I didn't notice that had such a thick top on it, the way that's carved. That's really gorgeous.
Yeah, the Horus CL18 has the full top, and it's just outrageous. And a lot of people don't know this, but if a guitar has a maple cap, it is always that thick. So even if it's painted or not, because we're concerned about how the instrument sounds.
So it's not a veneer; it's actually
it's a thick,
slab of wood that's put on the top there. And that's going to enhance the brightness. It's going to make the guitar a little bit tighter sounding as well on the bottom and the mid range. Nice.
And then lastly, the Dellinger 2 FXAM in dark black matte. So this one has hip shot bridge, hip shot locking tuners, Caparison pickups, 5-piece maple walnut neck, ebony fretboard. And these ones are pretty unique because they have a ash top and a maple back, and you can see the separation there. I mean, that's how thick all the tops are.
Right, almost half an inch. It looks like, or even more.
Yeah, they're really thick tops.
Right. That's amazing. Now you also have a variety of other models. There are 7-string versions. There's 8-string guitars, and so you're covering a pretty broad range of instruments.
Yeah, we try to have something for everybody. And I mean, these are metal-looking guitars. But I know somebody personally that plays jazz on this, and he loves them. He swears by them. He even bought the Orbit model for jazz. So they can cover any style of music that you need them to.
Right, and with the pickups and the switching and the different models and things, you choose the one that works well for the style of music you're playing, what you need it to do. As you mentioned, more simple approach, so you can quickly grab things, and some of these have more versatility if people are covering a wider variety of styles or whatever it might be, so you can tailor it exactly to what you need for the sounds that you want.
Yeah, exactly.
And it's like the Adam D model, also kill switch engage. You just one pickup.
right?
That's all he needs.
Right.
That's all he needs.
Right, that's what works.
Mm-hmm.
Right. Awesome. Chris, Courtney, it's so great to have you guys here. Appreciate you
Thanks for
coming in
having
and spending some time with us. Courtney, I know you did some other videos that I'm looking forward to checking out as
keeping me
well.
busy.
Yeah, that's great. Well, thank you so much for coming in. We're so excited to have Caparison here. It's really, really exciting, and I hope people are going to check these out because they're really cool guitars.
Yeah, thank you so much.
Thank you. And thank you for joining me for Sweetwater's Guitars and Gear. Be sure to tune in next time. We'll have more guitars, more amps, more effects. We'll be making lots of music. I'm Mitch Gallagher.
Thank you.